Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So today's video we are taking a look at the next 2 years of your life. And why 2 years, you might ask? Because we just recently had the planet Saturn move into Aquarius, where he will be for the next 2.5 years. Now, if you already know which pile you want to select, you can head down to the description and comment section below for the timestamps to the meditation in each pile. But for those of you that may want to hear a little bit about what this reading is and what Saturn is going to be doing over the next 2 years, then I'm going to take about a minute or two to explain it. So the planet Saturn is all about karma. And what is karma? Karma is the manifestation of our actions, decisions, and choices. It's the consequences of what we've been doing or have done. So many people are not fond of Saturn for this very reason. Now, I'm a Capricorn rising, so Saturn is my chart ruler, and so thankfully I've come around to actually appreciate Saturn. So even though Saturn has been demonized as the bringer of karma, doom, fears, and challenges, he is so much more than that. Saturn doesn't just destroy and deconstruct things, but he also builds things, because Saturn is the bones, skeleton, or infrastructure of something. So when he moves into certain parts of our chart, he can either decompose, eradicate, or dismantle that area of our life, or he can actually end up rebuilding, reassembling, and remaking that area of our life. The third option is he may actually deconstruct something just to reconstruct that same thing. And Saturn does this to make things stronger. So anything that gets ruined by Saturn was never actually healthy or structured in the first place. Saturn removes facades and melts illusions to reveal the true nature of something or someone. So if something is asymptomatic to Saturn, not showing signs of erosion or wear and tear, like our relationships, finances, health, career, routine, personal life, mental and emotional health. So even if we don't see signs of something being wrong in those areas, Saturn will reveal it. And he gets a very bad rep because he has a sort of callous way of unveiling the truth and what's actually hidden. And it's the things that are hidden that are usually ugly, harsh, or heavy. You know, the truth can be very hard to bear. And I've also done a pick a card reading on your natal Saturn placement, where I use tarot to see how your natal Saturn placement impacts your life. So I will link that down below for you guys if you're interested in that. And you can also be on the lookout for a video coming very soon detailing how Saturn will affect you based on what house and sign of yours he is moving into for the next 2 years. So it's sort of like a Saturn survival guide for the next couple of years that one of you guys requested. I thought it was a really great idea, so I'm working on that for you guys. And so now we're going to go on ahead and get to this meditation. So for those of you ready to get to the meditation, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I will be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I will be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you'd like to participate in this meditation, get into a relaxed position, become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds and exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self, to reveal the message or pile that is seeking you out right now. So this is pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. And we'll begin that meditation right now. All right, here on pile 1, hematite. On pile 2, smoky quartz. Pile 3, bloodstone. And pile 4, a green calcite. I'll let you guys meditate with the crystals on each pile. right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Now I will meet you guys at your pile. All right, and pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards here to see what you're going to be building in the next 2 years, all right? So let's go on ahead and get started. The very first tarot card that we have here is the Five of Pentacles. All right, so finances for sure, pile 1. Getting out of financial debt or a financial crisis. No more struggling for my pile 1s. That's the main focus here is I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not going to put myself or involve myself in a situation where I have to work for scraps or barely make ends meet. I'm not going to subject myself to this sort of stress anymore. This right here is a thing of the past for my pile 1s for sure, is any sort of financial crisis. I really see you creating different solutions to not deal with this anymore, or building your way out of debt, building your way out of some sort of financial free fall. That's what it sort of feels like. It sort of feels like this is something I have to scrape my way out of, and what it is I see you clawing your way out of is any sort of financial issues that you may have been experiencing, especially within the last couple of years. For some of you, this may have been like the last 5 years or the last 5 months, may have been particularly difficult. But yeah, for sure, I see you getting out of that. The next card that we have here is the Emperor in reverse. Okay. Yeah, so it's not so much as building as it is undoing for my pile 1s. You're undoing a particular pattern or mindset. So this Five of Pentacles has been the result of maybe some sort of poverty consciousness or normalizing the struggle. There's an undoing of that. The people around you or your family may have never known what it was like to not worry about money. I see you undoing that mindset for you and your future generations. You are breaking out of a karmic cycle that started long before you, but you see what others don't see, that you are worthy of a better life. And so you're undoing this pattern and this financial difficulty. Other people just don't realize that they shouldn't be living a life like this. But like I said, it's become sort of normalized. It's become sort of like the standard. Like, this is just what we do. This is, this is just this is just what life is for us and our type of people, or where we come from, or whatever the case. It's like, it's almost like this, pack thinking, it's like this clan sort of thinking, where it's like, this is what happens to people like us, or people that come from the background that we come from. This is the type of life that we live. And for you, you're like, no, that's not going to be my life. And I see you really like recreating a different narrative and working your way out of this. The next card that we have here is, look at that, exactly the Six of Wands. Okay. So victory, pile 1. I want to literally go run laps around my house for you. I'm so excited for you. If there's one thing that makes my blood boil, it's the fact that the system has failed to show people that they deserve a life of prosperity and abundance. The system does not encourage us to seek a way out of this right here, this Five of Pentacles. In fact, it reinforces the narrative that someone has to be on the bottom. But fuck that. You know better, and so you are making better for yourself and your life and your loved ones. I'm so excited for you, because you breaking this pattern is going to start a chain reaction. Others around you will see that there is a way out. They're going to start realizing it because of you. You're going to be like the Moses in your family or community that leads people out of this bondage, this slavery, this mentality, basically, right? And because it's like, we can be a slave to our mentality. This Five of Pentacles is slavery. It's a slave mindset to think that this is all I can accomplish, this is all I'm worth, and this is all that, and this is the life I'm condemned to forever because I'm a victim of circumstance. I'm a victim of my environment. No, we are not victims. We are conquerors, right? If we choose to be. But it's a choice to be either a victim or a conqueror. Just look at your cards here. Just look at them. If you just look at your cards here, there's a choice between the Five of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. You, pile 1, have chosen Six of Wands, so be proud of yourself, because I am so ecstatic. I'm so proud of you guys. I don't even know you guys. But I'm so proud of you guys, because this is like this is sort of like a generational thing, right? And to break out of that, this is not just you breaking free, but this is your future generations breaking free. This is your future bloodline breaking free, as well as this is your past breaking free. Just by you doing this, you are also going to be freeing up your ancestors, the people that came before you, that mindset that was sort of embedded into you before you were even here, right? You're breaking that. That's beautiful. Let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here to see what else it is that we have. The very first card that we have here is, look at that, Ain, adaptability. Compassion. The Void. Fourth house roots. Gemini, I think. Fifth house creativity. And ninth house faith. All right, so let's go ahead and start off with ninth house faith. This is power right here. Believing in yourself is all the power we ever need to move mountains, as well as you may see some new developments in your religion or faith practices over the next couple of years, especially with this fourth house roots card right here. You may get into ancestral work or worship, calling on your ancestors and bloodline. There's so much power in our bloodlines and where we come from. I'm African American, and when I started tapping into my roots, my ancestors, oh my God, it was like they were just waiting for me. They were just waiting to bring all of these gifts to me. So I can definitely see you pulling strength from them, knowledge, learning more about your ancestors, and some other sort of religion possibly, or faith, opening yourself up to it, being more open to it, being more receiving. All right, and then moving on to fifth house creativity here. That's what the Six of Wands is. That's exactly what the Six of Wands is. You're pulling from your fifth house. You pulling from your fifth house is what's going to liberate you from this Five of Pentacles over here. But there will be a lot of eyes on you, pile one. This house, the fifth house, is ruled by Leo and the sun. And we have the Six of Wands here. So you're going to have an audience, whether you are aware of it or not. People are going to be watching the moves that you make, because people can tell that you are not meant for this life. People can tell that you are not meant for this life. Even if you were born into this type of environment, a Five of Pentacles environment, the people around you can tell that you do not belong in this environment. They can tell that you are destined to make it out because of the simple fact that you believe in it so much. But people can smell faith on each other. They can smell belief on each other. We can literally like smell the vibrations and frequencies that all of us walk around with, basically. And you don't walk around with the vibration or the frequency of the Five of Pentacles. You walk around with the vibration or frequency of the Six of Wands, a victorious, triumphant, conqueror, basically, somebody that is successful. You know, that's what you operate on. These cards could not be more different. And then moving on to Gemini, I think some of you are going to be getting business partners or developing a business with someone else, as well as investors. I'm literally seeing in my mind's eye an image of investors or friends, people with money and prestige. That's the groups of people you're going to be hanging around, pile one, over the next couple of years. You're going to find yourself in rooms with these types of people, and that's where you're going to learn a lot. Creativity, you know, and create a lot of opportunities for yourself. You're very crafty, pile one. I'm shocked that the Magician didn't also come up for you in your tarot cards here, but you're very crafty at coming up with solutions and sort of like figuring out ways out of a certain sort of environment or atmosphere that most people would have just sort of conformed to. You know, you're just so stubborn. It's like your willpower is taking you out of this, right? And moving on here to fourth house roots. You will be moving away or out of the environment that you are in. Five of Pentacles here. And like I said, you are breaking ancestral patterns and karma. That's why the Tree of Life is here in this fourth house roots card. I said earlier that the generations after you will not know this life, this Five of Pentacles life, because of you and your hard work and your dedication. Your kids, should you choose to have any, will not know this feeling. They won't know the feeling of this Five of Pentacles life. They will only know this, the Six of Wands. They will only know what it is like to be successful. So you are literally starting a completely different generation. It's like you're sort of breaking off from one particular road and you're sort of phasing off and starting your own line of future generations to come that just simply will not know this Five of Pentacles energy. They won't be struggling and worrying about how they're going to do this and how they're going to do that, right? And then so moving on to adaptability, I'm seeing you as a shapeshifter, pile one. Like I said, I see you rubbing elbows or shoulders with elites, people with money, people that know a lot of business secrets and entrepreneurial wisdom. You are very able to mix and mingle and communicate and charm these people, even though you are not from their world. Even though you weren't born with a silver spoon in your mouth, you know how to present yourself in such a way that these successful people want to work with you or collaborate or teach you some tricks and trades of the business. So yeah, and we have Gemini here. Gemini is very charismatic, and Gemini is the god of information, learning things and then sort of passing it on, right? That's amazing. So Gemini is like the student and teacher. So yeah, that's really amazing. Okay. And then the void and compassion down here. This is all about you. What do you want to create, pile one? That's what the void is. The void is saying do as you wish. Like you have the creativity card here. The void is saying do as you wish. And with this compassion card here, I'm seeing you break barriers. These antlers here and this compassion card, you might not be, yeah, there we go. You can see it a little bit, but as you can see these antlers here, to me, these antlers, they look like force. And then this animal head is a skeleton. So this is like a forceful death or a forceful change. You are forcing the ending or death of this cycle, of this generational cycle to pursue the ultimate change. You're breaking this karmic cycle to pursue the ultimate change. That's what I'm seeing here, which is absolutely amazing. So I'm really excited for my pile ones. You guys, like over the next 2 years, you guys are going to, not only will you look completely different, you're going to look more of like yourself. Because like I said, you're not from, like, you might be from this world, you might be from this environment, but this is not your energy or your frequency. So you're really going to step into your true energy and frequency, the Six of Wands, within the next couple of years by, you know, sort of slowly hammering down your goals and your dreams and stuff, which is amazing. So I'm really excited for my pile ones. But yeah, so this is all that I'm seeing, you guys. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for this message today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Keep conquering the world. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. All right, and pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to this stack of oracle cards here. So let's go on ahead and see what you're going to be building over the next 2 years, all right? The very first tarot card that we have here is the World in reverse. All right, pile 2. So starting off with this World in reverse here, I actually see you destroying a couple of attachments here. This could be a relationship. This could be, you could be dealing with a Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, or Scorpio. These signs may be very prominent in your life. This could also be like family or relationship, something along those lines, or you may be one of these signs, or you may have a lot of action going on within these signs or houses in your astrological chart. So this would be the 11th house, the 2nd house, the 5th house, and the 8th house, okay? But either which way, I see you breaking from a particular energy that seemed very possessive over you, and it seemed like it was keeping you from growing. There's so much you want to do, but you were held down or held back by this attachment. It's been slowly draining you, leaving you more and more lifeless because this energy is very heavy and oppressive for you. So it's like you're sometimes feeling too tired to be happy or to do something good and fun for you. It's like you can't do for you because something is so stubbornly attached to you that you don't have enough energy to do for you. It's almost like your energy is in a deficit a bit, like a free fall. And it's just like it's like poking a hole in the bottom of a cup, and it's sort of like leaking or draining out. This could also mean that you have a compromised aura, that you need to sort of rebuild, restructure your aura, your auric shield, your auric field, that the way there's no sort of energy leaking in or leaking out, okay? The next card that we have here is the Sun, also in reverse, okay? So, exactly. Something is draining your life force, energy, and vitality, pile 2. The thing is over the next couple of years, I see you really getting out of that. It's a really strong attachment here. For many of you, this feels like another person or a relationship that you can't escape, or it's difficult to leave. For some of you, this is a bad attachment to a behavior of yours. Either way, it's draining, like sort of sucking the life out of you. And because of that, you don't have enough energy for yourself, like I was saying, to operate as a happy human being, you know, or to operate on this high vibrational frequency. You may be dealing with depression right now, but I see you breaking out of that. Depression. Okay, that's what this is. For some of you, it's depression. Depression may be what has this hold over you. Wow. Okay, so whether this depression was brought in by another human being or some sort of experience, you're breaking out of that completely. You know, this could be a chemical imbalance. You are breaking out of that completely, where you find some way to get yourself back in balance, to get yourself back balanced. Okay, so that's where a lot of your energy is going to be spent over the next 2 years, because this was something that has been happening for a long time. Some of you may have been born with this, or you may have been so depressed for so long that you can't even remember or think back to yourself before this depression gripped onto you. Well, guess what, pile 2? You are divorcing this thing entirely. You are breaking out of it. It is possible to heal depression. I did it 2 years ago, and I have not had another depression spell since. So this is possible. And even if you don't think it is possible right now, you are going to make it possible. Okay? You are going to find a solution out of that. You're going to see how what you're going to do is there's going to be a lot of realization about what is going on internally over the next 2 years. So this is a lot of you building up your internal strength, building up your confidence, building up your mental and emotional health, because you're going to see how this depression has really played into everything else, because the World is the final card of the major arcana of tarot, showing interconnectedness, showing how each of the cards of the major arcana of tarot were connected, and they all led up to this point. So your depression you're going to realize how your depression has affected everything. And that is what's going to sort of, I think, motivate my pile 2s to really get back to a place where it's like, you know what, this has taken too much from me. It's taken too much. And then the final tarot card that we have here is the Knight of Cups. So yeah, you're going to find your old senses once again, pile 2. You're going to get back to the you before this attachment and draining began. You're going to get back to a place where you are in love with life, and you are making jokes, and you're charming. I even see you saving other people or helping other people with depression or mental health issues, or people suffering in a similar fashion, or a situation that you came out of. You may even get certified, work at a clinic, start working at a clinic, or some sort of self-help practice. It may be even a book that you start writing as well. You guys, don't ask me why or how. This is just the things that I'm hearing and seeing as I'm staring at this card. But you see how deserted and barren this land is? And the Knight of Cups is coming in to revitalize this land. Let me just hold it up. It's like a barren land. You guys see that? It's barren. There's one little stream of water in all of this desert or barren land. This Knight of Cups here is coming in to revitalize this land, to bring in life. Wow. You've been someone getting drained of life, and because of that, you're going to be the main one supplying and bringing back life to others. You're going to save other people's lives, pile 2, with your work. It's what you're going to dedicate yourself to, because you won't be able to stand seeing others suffering with no end in sight. This is beautiful. You cannot tell me that spirit is not like just amazing in every single way. It's like, you know what it's like to be in this deserted land. You know what it's like to be without water, to be without vitality, to be without the sun, to be without to be without life, to feel like you're detached and disconnected from everything. You know what that's like. When we're detached or disconnected from everything, shown by the world card and reversed here, we feel parched of life. When we don't have any sun or vitality, we feel drained of energy. You know what that's like to be in that barren land, and you are coming to provide some water, some life, some energy, some vitality, some hope, a future to other people that feel just as lost as you once did. And that's what I really see you sort of dedicating your life to over the next 2 years. For some reason as well, also getting into sound, music. It's weird, but I keep hearing sound, if that makes sense. So this could be music. This could be you helping to heal others through music, some sort of art, something like that. But I'm definitely actually hearing sound. I know that sounds so weird. Just work with me, you guys. But that's definitely what I'm hearing, which I'm in love with. I love a good victory story where it's don't count me out, because I'm here to take over. All right. And the oracle cards that we have here, you guys, the very first one that we have is the Observer. Ellen of the Ways, Patterns. Wow. The Alchemist. Solar Eclipse, Revolution. Pisces, I Believe. And Part of Fortune, Increase. All right, you guys, so starting off with the Observer and the Alchemist here. Exactly. The observer becomes the alchemist. The student becomes the teacher. The saved becomes the savior. You're going to watch Spirit and the universe work in your life. You're going to allow them to guide you to healing certain wounds and fighting certain battles, and it's going to build you up. Your confidence, strength, and resilience is going to greatly increase. The more you see yourself kicking ass and taking names and detaching from this life-sucking source, you're going to see your own strength, and you're going to see the power that the universe has. It's going to make a believer out of you, but not a believer of some other sort of entity or force, but a believer in yourself. That's going to mold you into this almost like warrior that fights for others that seem lost or that others have given up on. You're going to fight for the people that others have given up on. You're going to fight for the people who have given up on themselves. Those people need a warrior like you that won't give up on them. It takes profound strength to be able to lead others to their own source of strength. Only true strength can give strength. Only true life can bring life, right? And that's what you're doing here with this Knight of Cups. Moving on to Pisces, I believe, like I said, the universe is making a believer out of you, and Pisces is healing energy. You know who came to earth during the age of Pisces? The ascended master, Jesus. He came to show people a way out. You won't fight others' battles, but you will be a beacon of light that leads others to their strength so they can fight their own battles. You're going to be their savior in a way because they're going to recognize themselves in you, and they're going to see, wow, you made it out, so I can too. You're here to spread faith and to help others believe in themselves. And that's what you're building here. Oh my God, this is amazing. This is amazing. Moving on to Part of Fortune, Increase. So there's so much good in store for you, Pile 2. That's why you've suffered so much. Those tears paid for the smiles. The hard times paid for the good times. The disappointment paid for the laughter. The grief paid for the joy. Because you had to bear the weight of other souls that need you. Pile 2, you had to bear the weight of the other souls that need you, Pile 2. They need you. You couldn't truly help other people if you didn't truly know their pain, if you didn't truly experience it. You cannot truly show someone the way out if you have not found the way yourself. You cannot train someone to be a warrior if you've never fought a war. You are an intersection for people, Pile 2, a way for people to see that they don't have to keep going on the same road that they've been going on, that they've been traveling on. Like this cross here, just like this cross here. And this is a cross next to the Pisces card, I believe, like a savior. You know? So there's a lot of saving energy here. And then moving on to solar eclipse revolution, major transformation. Eclipses bring profound change, like this intersection across here, breaking old patterns, the end of one phase and beginning of another. Or just in a simple sense, like a realization of I don't have to keep on the same road, you know? And Ellen of the way, patterns right here. So yeah, you're shattering any sort of patterns or practice routine that has been draining you. This has been a cycle represented by the world card here. It's been a cycle. That's what the world card represents. Interconnectedness. All things are connected, because if there's no disconnect, that means what? It means a circle, a cycle, a loop. If things are disconnected, they can go from this point to the next point to that point to this point, right? But when things are connected, it's a cycle. So that's exactly what's happening here. You're breaking this pattern. You're completely breaking this pattern. Revolution, again, we have another sense or another word alluding to revolution, revolving, a cycle, a circle, 360 degrees. There is no escaping a 360-degree loop, right? It's a loop. So it's infinite. So this is you breaking something that's supposed to be unbreakable. Do you understand that? That's a lot of power there. You got a lot of power, pile too. And it's amazing to see. I'm excited to see what you do over the next 2 years, because you're breaking something that really wasn't supposed to have been broken. So like I said, for sure, maybe even getting into some sort of music, sound, something with sound, healing with sound. This could even be like, I don't know, singing bowls. This could be like Reiki, doing Reiki, using energy or something to help heal people. There's something here with healing, and it's like a maybe an unconventional way for a couple of you, but there's something very creative about the ways that you find to help heal people, because there's going to be creative ways that you find help heal you as well, which is beautiful. So yeah, this is what I'm seeing for your next 2 years. Pile 2, which is going to be very amazing. But for sure, big time, expect blessings, expect fortune coming through, a lot of increase, because you're breaking this old way, you're breaking this old pattern. And then look at this, we have here the observer, exactly like I was saying. Doesn't it look like she's reading someone's fortune? It looks like these hands are reading someone's fortune. Yeah, that's gonna be you helping people to see things that they cannot see. So yeah, I would not be shocked if you write a book, you start a podcast, you start something where you can reach out to other people, and so they can find some sort of source of healing through you, for sure. But this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 2s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I pray this reading brought you guys some beautiful love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, blessed, keep conquering the world, and I'll be back later. Bye guys. All right, in pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards here to see what you're going to be building over the next 2 years. So let's just go on ahead and get started. And the very first tarot card that we have here is the 7 of Wands. Okay, so this is interesting, pile 3. So there was something or someone you felt you needed validation from, possibly, so you conformed to fit in, to be accepted. You acted or behaved in a way that wasn't necessarily true to you, so you could be a part of something or make someone else happy. It's like doing whatever it takes to win some sort of approval. And there's a realization happening here of, I don't need that, or I don't need you, because I'm never going to gain your approval. You're always going to give me just enough, so I keep coming back for more, like a drug. It's like gaslighting, or this is like dealing with a narcissist, honestly. I don't know if any of you guys are dealing with a narcissist, but that's what it feels like here. It's like you're doing so much in the hopes that this person notices you or sees you, or appreciates you or validates you, and you're going to turn your back on this thing or person, and it's going to piss them all the way off, because they won't have you around anymore. It's like they're losing someone that does things for them, and they don't want you to wake up out of this spell, but you do. For some of you, I'm picking up that this is almost like a parent-child dynamic. This is a parent that you've been seeking approval from for a long time, and you finally say, fuck it, I've wasted too much energy and time on this, and I'm never going to be good enough in your eyes. There's this idea or image of a parent over and over again. If it's not your parent, because I'm picking up some of you have already sort of cut your parents out of your life for the most part, or you don't necessarily speak to them as much, but there's this reminder of them around you somewhere. It might be a boss of yours or a lover, a partner that you're seeking approval from, and they make you sort of feel like this child hoping to be accepted all over again, but you are breaking free of that for sure. You're breaking free of that. The next card that we have here is the Seven of Pentacles. All right, so we have Seven of Pentacles here, another seven. So 7 is the number of spiritual perfection. 7 days of the week, 7 chakras, 7 continents, 7 archangels, or 7 spirits of God. This is because 7 is the number of seeking. You may be a life path 7 as well. I'm a life path 7. so I know a lot about 7, the number 7. So 7 is the number of seeking. It's referred to as the truth seeker, holder of wisdom, because it spends so much time contemplating, research, and studying. So it's unlocked a lot of truths, and it's a highly spiritual vessel. So with the 7 of Pentacles here, you are waiting for that approval, but in that time of waiting, you realize, or you somehow connect the dots and realize, oh my God, this is exactly how I felt when I was a kid. Or this is exactly how I felt in that one relationship or at this one point in time of my life. There's going to be a major revelation of, oh my God, I'm repeating this cycle. I need to stop it. And you're going to break from it, basically. And you're going to start seeking your own approval instead. You've planted, invested, or put a lot of energy into others, and you're wondering why they never see it or why you never see a return on that investment, because you are planting the right seeds just in the wrong crops. You need to be the soil, right? So plant those seeds and invest that time and energy into you. That's when you're going to start seeing your return. So that's what I'm seeing here. So over the next 2 years, what I see you really doing is separating from these thoughts and beliefs. It's 7 and 7. It's like whatever it is, whoever is in your life or whatever is in your life that has sort of programmed you to think a certain way, you are completely breaking away from that. It's like you're burying it almost. And what you're going to do is you're going to take it and you're going to turn it into something positive. You're going to turn it into gold. You're going to turn it into something that you can use. You're going to turn it into something productive, effective, constructive, basically. But there's going to be a major revelation, a major realization of, oh my goodness, this situation is like my childhood. This situation is connected to this part of my life, or this situation, this person, this relationship is connected to this part of my life, or to my parents, or to my past in some way, shape, or form. You're going to be able to physically see the connection between your present life and your childhood or your past, something like that. Okay. The next card that we have here is the Hermit. And the Ace of Cups, exactly. All right. So, and again, we have another truth seeker here, the Hermit. The Hermit takes a voyage within to find what exists without. So to find the truth outside of himself. But that's the thing. If you seek your own approval, you're going to receive the ultimate satisfaction and fulfillment here with this Ace of Cups, where instead of you simply receiving a return on the seeds that you've planted, your cup is going to run over. The fulfillment that you seek isn't in anyone else, but it's in you. That's what you're actually looking for. But us as humans, everything appears to be outside of the self. Our eyes are used to seeing the outside world, not the insides of ourselves. Same with our ears and mouth and sense of touch, our nose, right? These are receivers. They receive information. So we're used to living outside of the self, allowing life to speak to us. It feels unnatural to go within because the eyes don't see inside of themselves, and the ears can't, and the nose can't. But our sixth sense can, and it does. That's why the Hermit's eyes are closed. He doesn't want to receive information outside of himself. He doesn't want to receive information outside of himself, but inside, right? So what I'm seeing over the next 2 years is you definitely may take some sort of voyage. You may actually break away. You may actually go to live alone, like a different city, a different state, possibly even a different country. I see you like completely breaking away and going to be on your own. So This is you taking a completely independent step. And the thing that I've noticed about the nines in tarot is they usually represent some sort of independence, some sort of solitary confinement almost, some sort of individuality where it's like I'm breaking off and I'm doing my own thing. So that's what I'm seeing here. But the interesting thing about the number 9 is this is a number of regeneration. So this is a number that can reproduce other things, right? So by you taking this voyage and going off on your own and breaking away from this sort of energy here, you breaking away from that is going to lead you to find a infinite well of fulfillment and peace in your life. It's going to feel amazing, but I'm seeing one thing for sure. One big defining moment in your life over the next 2 years is you separating, you leaving and going and taking, like, maybe it's just a 3-day trip by yourself, or maybe it's something as drastic as like I'm moving away, or I'm not speaking to these particular people anymore. I'm not hanging out with these particular people anymore. I really see you going off on your own voyage and consulting yourself. And that's you basically building up your own independence here. It's like you want to create a more harmonious relationship with yourself, and you realize you can't do that with these other voices around because it's too much noise. And you're just like, look, listen, I need to get away. I need to get away. And that's one of the most defining moments over the next 2 years for you, is you getting away. And what it's going to do is it's going to help you to build this sort of peace within yourself. And you're going to be able to find really good, harmonious relationships because of this. These relationships are going to seem like they just sort of fell out of the sky. You're not going to know where some of them came from. You're going to be like, how the hell did this happen? But it happened because of you seeking that alignment within yourself. And this is you sort of manifesting and attracting in certain people on a similar journey to you. So I'm seeing for sure with my pile 3s, this is a huge voyage. This could be a physical voyage as well as a spiritual voyage. This could also be something like, for some of you, this may be something along the lines of like a rehab or therapy, as well as just moving away. This could also be you going on a spiritual journey. But I see you breaking away from whatever this is because you're bored here, or it's very chaotic. There is no peace and quiet with these two energies here. So I see you breaking away from that for sure. Over the next 2 years, your life is going to look completely different. And you're going to be more in alignment with yourself, and the people around you are going to be more in alignment with you than the people that you're dealing with now. The people that you're dealing with now, there might be a lot of chaos, there might be a lot of disruption because you guys just aren't in alignment, And this can happen with family, this can happen with people that we've known our entire lives. Once you start sort of seeking the self, this happens sometimes where you just sort of split and you go your separate ways. Yeah. I'm seeing you split from a lot of different things and a lot of different people. As well as I see you really strengthening your relationship with the divine over the next couple of years. Really building a super close relationship with the divine and your crown chakra, as well as your throat chakra. Really speaking up for yourself, really kind of coming to your own defense, but in a different way. It's almost like you're going to speak for yourself without even speaking, which probably sounds weird, but that's what I'm saying, where it's just like, I don't need to fight this anymore. I'm just going to walk away. And this is a smaller fraction of your pile 3, but as well as this could be you coming to terms with your sexuality, if you have struggled with that, becoming more comfortable with sex in general as well. As well as this could just be boredom with your life. And I see you, I see that almost motivating some of you to go seeking within, or to go finding something within, because it's like your external environment, it doesn't excite you, it doesn't stimulate you in any way, shape, or fashion at all. And because of that, you're going to find an infinite just well, like this cup just keeps pouring out. It's just going to keep pouring out infinitely forever. That's what you're going to find by breaking away. It's going to be a really big break too. Let's see your oracle cards here. We have here a green Tara, salvation. Exactly. Jupiter, abundance. Yep. Not shocked there. 8th house, endings and beginnings. Yep. Wow, these cards make a lot of sense. 6th house, routine. Yeah. And then we have here, speak truth. And ancestors. Beautiful. So starting off with ancestors and speak truth, like I said, you are a truth seeker and the knowledge lives in you. This wisdom was implanted or rooted into you a long time ago. The Hermit here. And there's something that your ancestors want to speak through you. Your ancestors want to almost use you as a vessel as well, as they're trying to communicate some sort of truth to you. They're trying to reveal something to you and you might be a little resistant to it or a little reluctant with that, but you're going to open up for them to come through for sure, because you have some sort of internal wisdom here. And you know what? That might be what's happening here. Things may be sort of a little bit chaotic or disruptive in your life. This is because this is to sort of lead you. The universe is kind of working together like that to sort of lead you into your own spiritual journey, for sure. Yeah, that's what's going to make you set off on this hermit expedition where you're just like, you know what, I'm out. And that's what's going to lead you to sort of find this internal peace of spirit. So yeah, your ancestors are really trying to come through here and speak truth. Like I said, there's a lot of blue here with the throat chakra. So yeah, for sure, the throat chakra highly activated. And then we have here 6th house and the 8th house. So 6th house is all about a pattern, and 8th house is you breaking certain patterns while also starting new ones here. So healthier routines that are going to give you abundance, fulfillment, and satisfaction, like this Ace of Cups here. So there's an abundance of self-love, confidence, and whatever you need coming to you. These seeds have been planted with the 7 of Pentacles. They've been planted and they live within you, ancestors card here, and they want to be born or expressed, like this 8th house, endings and beginnings. These are things that want to come out. They want to be expressed. They want to experience the 3D realm in order to be recycled all over again, right? So it's just a cycle of recycling here. But there is some sort of knowledge or wisdom that lives within you that wants to be expressed. And you know what? With this Ace of Cups here, you may be actually, there may be something going on here with the youth as well, I just heard. Like a youth counselor or a youth, like a therapist that works with kids, or a doctor, or somebody that works with kids, younger generation. There's something here with that too that I just heard. But it's like they listen to you. They listen to you for some reason. So you may also be doing that because your cup is going to be so plentiful. You're almost going to like replenish other people's cups because you're going to have so much. Like you're going to have an abundance of this emotional intelligence and this emotional knowledge and wisdom here. And then moving on to green Taurus, salvation. Exactly. This is more so like salvaging. That's what I'm seeing with this green Taurus salvation. Like it's salvaging, saving things that have been thrown away or abandoned by others. The parts of you that people didn't like or tried to suppress or laugh at or abused or put down are the same parts of you that are priceless treasures. They're valuable. And the next couple of years, pile 3, I see you building a lot of confidence, independence, and even a very powerful relationship with your ancestors or your bloodline. You may also very well get into speaking, public speaking, writing, something where you can express your thoughts, because we have speak truth here, and we've already established the fact that there's an abundance of knowledge in you that wants to be expressed. And as well as, I'm just now realizing this, we have the Hermit and the Ancestors card here. So you may be taking a voyage back home to your motherland, wherever it is that your family, your bloodline comes from, stems from. You may be searching for them. You may feel disconnected from them with the family that's around you now. You may feel like there's more to who you are, and you may want to go seeking that. So you may take a trip back to your motherland. You may do some genealogy testing, some sort of research, something like that. There's something like that coming where it's like it's in your blood. That's what I'm seeing. And this is like you sort of retracing your steps or something like that. But yeah, so it's like some sort of knowledge in you that wants to be expressed, though. It's almost like it's trying to claw its way out of you. And all you need to do is build the confidence in yourself to find your own voice. It's your voice that people need to hear. You're just coming into your own first. You have to come into your own first. And once you do, once you find that infinite well, you're going to be able to express that. Should you want to. If you want to, you're going to be able to express that. But for sure, the biggest thing that I'm seeing you build over the next 2 years is an understanding of who you are internally, who you truly are, and completing the story of your ancestors, of your bloodline. Speak truth. They want to be heard. Something in you wants to be heard. For sure. 8th house endings and beginnings. Yes, something in you wants to be heard. And Jupiter abundance, this is faith. This is faith right there. Jupiter rules resonance. Something is not resonating with you. When it comes to your normal everyday life, or when it comes to your family, the people in your life, something is not resonating. It's not clicking in you to make you feel understood or to make you feel seen. So I'm saying over the next 2 years, what you're really building is almost like this rapport or this understanding of yourself, of who you are as a person. But you're going to use the past to sort of identify yourself, or to sort of paint this picture of yourself, because it's something that needs to be known. So a lot of realizations, a lot of revelations, a lot of truth coming out about your bloodline, where you come from, your family, things like that, and as well as your own internal self. Another thing too that I'm seeing, you guys, over the next 2 years is meeting someone. Very, very, very important. For some of you, this is romantic. For many of you, I feel like this is very romantic, for sure. Yeah, and then we have 8th house here. That can kind of deal with other people, basically. So it's kind of like other people's money. And then we have 8th house here, endings and beginnings, and Jupiter abundance. So the thing that could be happening with the both of these cards is you meeting somebody that's very well off, very wealthy. They could be very wealthy in knowledge, very wealthy financially, materially blessed. I see you probably meeting someone that could either be a Sagittarius, Scorpio, Virgo as well. Yeah, and then another thing too that is really interesting here is it's like you're sort of fighting and then you're bored. It's like defending yourself and then you're bored. So what this also kind of looks like to me is like relationships a bit for my pile 3s are really going to change over the next 2 years, where it's like the types of people that you date is really going to change. You might date people from different races, from different backgrounds, from different ethnicities and cultures, traditions, religions, something like that. Because it's weird. It's like I'm seeing like your relationships may have been kind of tumultuous over the last few years, maybe over the last 7 years or 7 months, something like that. And then with the 7 of Pentacles here, it's like I keep getting into the same situation, or I keep picking the same people, and that's what's going to sort of spur you into going on this voyage, this hermit mode, where it's like I need to figure out what's going on internally. That the way I can find somebody that's truly going to fulfill me, and I see you finding that for sure with this Ace of Cups, Jupiter abundance, and 8th house endings and beginnings. Like it's going to happen, and it's more than likely going to result in marriage, I believe, I feel, or just some sort of very serious long-term commitment. Yeah. Whoever it is, they're going to be pretty prominent in your life, pretty profound. They may be somebody very important, though, because we have Jupiter and 8th house here. Very, very important, very, very wealthy as well, okay? So yeah, this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 3s. You guys' reading was a little bit longer than everyone else's, but there was a lot to unpack here. So I pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time out to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and amazing spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon, but until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed. Please keep conquering the world, and I'll be back next time, all right? Bye, guys. All right, in pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before making our way to your oracle cards here. So let's go on ahead and see what you're going to be building over the next 2 years thanks to the Saturn transit in Aquarius. And the very first card that we have here is the Star. I see you building some sort of an image or a brand over the next 2 years. Your voice, your image, how people see you. You may decide to create a business off of your personality or looks or something about you that sort of draws people in. Some of you may also be getting into humanitarian efforts or environmentalism. This is the card of Aquarius as well. Yeah, so there's something happening here where you're going. It's almost like you're going to be a bridge for people. You see how these two pots of water, let me just hold this up. You see how these two pots of water here are pouring into different puddles, but eventually they meet and sort of come together right here. Hopefully you guys could see that. Yeah. And they these two streams, they meet and they come together right there. So there's something about you that's going to help people see their part in the greater whole and how everything is connected. And these two pools of water, they would not know of each other if it wasn't for the woman in the star card here. It's because of her efforts that they ever even collide to get to know each other. So that's definitely you with the star card is there's some sort of something with you that's going to bring people in. So I see you building up an image or a brand. If you are already a influencer or a creator, something like that, then you can expect a very big boom in business or recognition over the next 2 years. Something that's going to get you recognized, something that is going to sort of solidify you in whatever industry you're in. It's really going to solidify you because it's going to bring together two worlds of something. It's going to bring together two different worlds, and you're going to be the reason that these worlds were brought together. Okay? Next thing that we have here, next card that we have is Strength in Reverse. And the Ten of Cups. Okay. Now, a family as well, my pile 4, as you may be building in the next 2 years. This could be children and a divine partner. Your family may be meeting people and having kids, but some of you will be meeting people from across the world. But because you guys are meant to be in each other's lives, it's definitely going to happen. There's like a globe that I keep saying in this Ten of Cups for some reason. There's people meant to be in your life that you haven't met yet, like really significant people in your life, and you're going to have to drop your guard with the Strength in Reverse here in order to receive that. You have to be open to receiving them. You may be very focused on your work or your own personal journey right now, but within the next 2 years, Saturn in Aquarius is going to be working to open you up in ways so you can create some sort of family dynamic or a community, somewhere that you belong for sure. And this could be, this might not be anything related to like blood or anything like that. So in case you don't want kids of your own, this could just be friends that you meet that feel like family, you know? Some sort of community or something that you create. I'm feeling, yeah, like I said, two worlds sort of come together because of you. So yeah, there's something here where it's like worlds are going to collide because of you. Yeah. And the next card that we have here is the Four of Wands. Okay. Yeah, major changes happening within and around the home. Again, we have another card representing home, the place you belong, your family, your clan, or community. This is more on an intimate level, though, I'm feeling. Oh, okay. You've been manifesting this. Okay. Some of you have been manifesting this. Yeah, well, you have, just believe in it, pile 4. You have to drop your guard and know that this can and will happen for you, because energetically, the papers have already been signed. This life of belonging to someone is already written in the stars for you, and we have the star card here. It's already been ordained, but there's something that you are a bit reserved or guarded about. Drop your guard, pile 4, because it's coming to you, and much faster than you think. Much faster than you think with this Four of Wands here. It's coming to you quickly, but the thing is like, it's going to come out of nowhere. That's what it sort of seems like here. It seems like it's going to come out of nowhere for you to go from, one-man band to Ten of Cups and the Four of Wands. That's why we have the Strength card in reverse here. You don't want to let go of this bachelor or bachelorette lifestyle. You don't want to let go of your independence, your individuality. Some of you, your worst nightmare is being in a committed relationship or having a family, having kids. Some of you, you're just like, you're not interested in it at all. You know, it's like it's just not your thing, for different reasons. There's so many different reasons here. For some of you, it feels like work. You're very committed, passionate about your work. You love your work, and you really don't want anything to get in the way of that. You really don't want to have any other responsibilities besides that. You really don't want to have to say like, okay, I gotta, stop working because my wife or my husband or my partner or my kids, they want to go see this movie, or we need to have, like a family night together. Like for some of you, that is like your worst nightmare where you're like, I don't want to have to sacrifice my work. I don't want to have to give up my work for this other person or these other people. Not yet. I'm not there yet. For some of you, it's not yet. For others of you, it's like a never. I don't ever want to have to, be worried about somebody else in that regard. And that's not a selfish thing. In my opinion, that's not selfish. I know there's a lot of people out there that's like, you should have family. Me personally, I don't believe family should be forced on anyone. If someone knows that they don't want that type of commitment, they should not be forced into it, because it's an extremely serious commitment, and it's something that you can't get out of. You can't get out of having kids and taking on other responsibilities. You can kind of get out of a marriage, that shouldn't be the thought going into getting married, but there is a way out. Something like kids, not necessarily. So I understand why people are very like almost like deal breaker on it, very stubborn about it, because it's like it's not something I can take back. So for some of you, you're a little open to it. Others of you, you're just like, nope, good on it. And there's going to be a change in that, where maybe later on you might be feeling like right now you want absolutely nothing to do with it. There's going to be a reversal in how you feel about something. As you can see, this woman here in the Strength card, she's sort of taming this lion by being gentle, by sort of coaxing him. Let me turn it upside or upright. As you can see, she's coaxing this beast, and she's sort of placating him. She's softening him up. And he probably didn't expect that. He probably expected her to be like his next meal or something. But instead, she ended up softening him up, and he ended up, liking her. And so that's what I'm kind of seeing here, is like there's going to be something that comes in and really changes your mind that you would have never, ever guessed in a million years, pile 4. You would have never guessed that this was going to end up being you. And it might not be a family and commitment and things like that, but there's something that you are completely against right now, and it's going to end up changing over the next couple years. For sure. Big time. Big time. For a lot of you, it's a family. And being in a home, sharing that committed life with someone else, the old ball and chain, And that's how some of you see it, is like this, that's a ball and chain. That's a cage. It's a prison. No, some of you see it like that, but you're going to be surprised. Someone's going to come along, or something's going to come along and make you go, all right, maybe I'm open to it. So let's go ahead and check out you guys' oracle cards here. Yeah, because you're going to be like getting busy within the next couple of years. In the start of the next couple of years, you're going to be getting busy in terms of work. Like you are going to be knocking things out left and right. You're going to be like getting this done, achieving that, accomplishing that, successful here, successful there. And this is not going to be on your mind. It's just not going to be on your mind until something or someone comes along and they get you. you get caught. Okay, so let's see your oracle cards here. We have the very first one that we have is the Pillar. We have Rhea, flow, beautiful. Look at that, you guys. Look at that. Scorpio, I transform. Fire element, desire, exactly. You're not going to be able to resist this. Whatever it is, it's like, it's going to get you. It's going to get you. And you're going to have you're going to eat your words. You're going to have a complete change of heart where you're just like, can't believe I'm one of these people now. And then we have here Pluto transformation again. Wow. And then we have Grand Cross Provoker. All right, so let's start with the Pillar, and it's 11:11 right now. So again, we have two pillars and two snakes here. Let me just hold this up. But we have, as you can see, we have two pillars and two snakes here meeting or coming together. This is two worlds, again, coming together to create one brand new reality. This may come as a huge surprise to you, but it's going to create this arch, this doorway into a completely new world or a new life, a new reality for you, which is amazing. Then we have here Grand Cross Provoker. There's going to be a few surprises and mishaps over the next couple of years. And the issues that, so there are going to be a few issues over the next couple of years. This might be one of those issues where, either maybe somebody gets pregnant without having planned it. Maybe you kind of get into a relationship without thinking. It's like something where it's like, I didn't plan this. And so that could be the issue, as well as there could be a few issues with work or something like that kind of really inconvenience you, but they are going to be the main thing that sort of fuels you and pushes you to outdo yourself all at the same time. So even if it is this family where it's like, oh my gosh, we're going to have a baby and it wasn't planned, even if it was something like that, it's going to really push you to outdo yourself, to keep transforming and evolving for sure, and getting better and better. You're going to really learn how to transmute a frustration into a win, basically. And then we have here Pluto transformation, Scorpio, I transform. We have two transformation cards here in one pile. So yeah, that's the feeling I was getting in the beginning of this reading, is some of you are not interested in this. This pile looks like a forever bachelor's or bachelorette getting sort of snatched up by a person that they never could have imagined existed. Is going to come as a surprise to you that you're even willing to commit to someone, like maybe even having marriage or just a long-term relationship, a monogamous relationship, or have a family or buy a house. And in my opinion, buying property or real estate, a home, is just as serious, if not more, than marriage in the eyes of the law. To me, it is. But this person is going to make you, they're really going to make you, like I said, eat your words. Some of you aren't interested in that right now, or you're just simply not focused on it, and that's why it's going to shock you. But this person will transform you. Like I said, they're going to play a very significant role in your life. You just haven't met them yet. Many of you, I do not believe that you have met this person yet. Not at all. Moving on here to fire element desire. Wow. So this is going to be a really passionate union. Passionate. Even if it's more platonic or business oriented, you will end up sharing a common goal with this person, and you guys are going to be very committed to this project or passion. On a more romantic level though, because I feel like many of you have divine partners coming in a romantic form. So in a romantic sense, this person is going to blow your mind. Even sexually, it's going to be very explosive. So this may be a Scorpio for sure that you meet. Or a Sagittarius, those fire signs, they're very passionate, very, very passionate, passionate lovers as well. So this could be a Scorpio, a Sagittarius, and Aries. Heavy Scorpio vibes coming through with this, as we have the two Scorpio cards here, or Pluto and Scorpio. But yeah, this is going to be a very sexually passionate relationship. You're going to be very attracted to them in a way, and you're going to wonder what the fuck is going on. You guys won't mind spending your lives together and creating, so some of you won't mind. Some of you are not going to mind spending your lives together and creating a family because you guys fit together that much, because you just weren't expecting it, right? But it's going to change you in such a beautiful way, because you're going to feel very, very complete with this human being in your life. I've always had this saying in my life that I'll know the person that I'm supposed to be with or marry because I won't want to get rid of them. Like, I won't want to escape them. Like, I won't want to run from them and like get back to like my own sort of energy, my own vibe. I'm a very introverted sort of person, so it's like even when I'm in a relationship with someone, I need my own space, and that kind of doesn't come across very, it doesn't translate very loving. It doesn't translate very loving to very many people, but that's what I'm feeling like with you guys. That's exactly what I'm feeling like with you guys. It might sound bad, but that's just what I'm seeing and feeling here. You've never met anyone that you wanted to spend this much time with and experience your life with, but this is going to for sure change you, pile 4. And then moving on to ray of flow down here. Yeah, just flow with it, pile 4. Like I said, you need to drop your guard, okay? Because you have one up, and it may be because you want to just focus on you right now, but this person will get you to drop your guard if you haven't already by the time that you meet them. Whether this is business, platonic, romantic, or a combination of the three, you're going to want to drop this single streak for something a little more exclusive and something that is more like inclusive as well, something that's more of like a dynamic between you and another person. So you're going to be going from a monologue to a dialogue over the next couple of years, like I said, whether it's platonic, romantic, or business oriented. But for sure, I'm definitely saying that, as well as a person that you meet could be a Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, or a Scorpio, Aquarius, Pisces for some reason I'm feeling, Libra, Gemini with the pillar here for sure. To me, pile 4, you guys sound amazing over the next couple of years. You guys sound like it's just going to be a huge transformation, a huge change that you just weren't expecting. But it's going to be a beautiful one all at the same time because, like I said, you're going to feel so much more fulfilled in life. All right. But this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 4s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit me sometime soon. But until next time, you guys stay safe, stay blessed. Please keep conquering the world. And I'll be back next time, all right? Bye, guys.